Hey, on today's daily sprint, we're talking about increasing our purpose, passion, and meaning in life. And man, are you guys in for a treat. The next several daily sprints we're going to be covering, I'm about halfway through. This is a tough book to put down. It's called Rejection Proof by Jia Jiang. Life-changing. This thing is going to take me to the next level in my life if I implement what it is. So I can't wait to share a lot of the content from this. So one of the things that this book helped me with is 3 questions that can help us become the person that we want to be. So we all look at, like, I don't know, Rambo and be like, oh, I want to be like Rambo. He's like the savior of the universe, or, goes to war. He's all rough, tough, or, maybe it's a pastor. You have a friend that's a pastor and you're like, wow, man, I want to live like that person. Or maybe it's a business entrepreneur and they're just so giving. You're like, oh my gosh, I want to grow my business like this person. We kind of all have these ideas of the person that we want to become. So how do we get there? Okay, in 3 simple questions. Okay, so think right now, or maybe even be bold, post in the comments, someone that you want to become like. Okay, I'll use someone. Jesus. I'd love to be like Jesus, man. Didn't have an easy life, but to me, he had a great life. All right, so, okay, number 1 thing I'd ask, what's that person look like? What do they look like? Okay, describe their features. Are they groomed? Do they take care of themselves? What do they look like? Are they vibrant? Are they healthy? Do they have energy? Okay, and then start to take those steps to look like that person. Number 2, what do they act like? Are they consistent? Like when you talk to them, or one day they're like crazy negative, the next day they're positive, and they're here and they're there, and you never know what you're gonna get, so you don't want to talk to them at all. What's the person act like? The person that you want to become, your future self. What do they act like? Do they ask questions? Do they seek first to understand? Or are they attackers? Do they just attack? Whenever they don't agree with something, they just attack. Or do they ask, hey, I need to understand. I want to understand more. So what does a person act like? So what do they look like? What do they act like? Number 3, what does that person do? So I go back to my person, like he was bold. Like he went out, it was bold, and he went out and he preached his message of positivity and good news to literally people that he knew might not be the best recipients of this message. He did it boldly anyway. He went out to people that needed it, whether they wanted to hear it or not, and boldly went out and did his job, executed his calling. In other words, he lived convicted. So what does that person do? So you can use the inverse of this. When you're in life, things just aren't going your way. Things are stinky. You're in the valley. Ask yourself, am I looking like the person who would get out of this person? Am I acting, or get out of this situation? Am I acting like the person that's I want to become, or that's going to attract people? And am I doing what the person would need to do to get out of this valley? So you can also look at the inverse of these things as well. So hey, I'd love to hear what you think of today's daily sprint. We're gonna have a lot more things like this coming from the book, so hopefully you'll tune in. Please like, comment, share. That brings a little bit more purpose towards me doing these videos. Always appreciate you tuning in, and have a great growth-driven rest of your week.